dun.
It actually sounds like the menu screen of a Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel like Ace Match music to me.
Oh, look at
Only
this.
I picked Maru.
Oh, dear.
I was the only one.
Well, they got a tab for me in these Ace matches now.
Yeah, they fit you in.
Excellent news.
I'm actually really surprised that only I voted for Maru.
Well, give your reasons.
I think he's going to proxy. I think he's going to cheese, and I think herO's going to choke. That's like as fast and clear as I can say it. If it goes to a straight-up game, maybe he could take it. I think he's got a good chance there, too. But I actually think he's going to 2-barracks proxy, or he's going to do like a proxy Reaper because it's a really good map for that. And I think herO might totally botch the defense. So once we get into the game, you guys can give your reasons. But let's jump into our final map of the night here on King Sejong Station.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left in the green for JINAIR Green Wings, it is Maru.
And down here at the bottom right in the yellow for CJ Entis, it's herO. Has been known to choke in big matches before, but Maru hasn't been perfect either.
Yeah, losing his match today, actually.
So, why do you guys go herO over Maru? Because Maru's looking shaky, is that the reason?
Maru's looking shaky. herO's looking fantastic. His play today on Habitation Station against Cure was really, really strong against Turn. He's looking really good. Always very consistent. He's at the top of the winners ranking. Although it's close, I, especially today, would have to give it to herO.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, herO playing a lot better today. His PVT looking absolutely amazing. This map is also quite nice for Protoss.
He said he had no idea today's matches would end like this. And it's been coming at staying up so late.
That guy is just really confused. He's like, I don't know what's going on today, but
it's happening.
Maru's looking like not good in the booth, by the way. Teacher? Kanata teacher. Chimjak. I don't know how to translate Chimjak actually into
like calm down or something like that.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I guess that's kind of like a way to answer
something like that.
This is the opposite of what I thought Maru was going to do, by the way. He's going to go for a command center first, totally throwing me for a curveball.
He's going for the macro cheese.
You know, I actually agreed with you in what they were going to do. I still was going to side with herO, but Maru's surprising us all. And I'm not sure why. I mean, he's done this so many times, especially on this map. But maybe more so against Zergs. Not today. He's not feeling it.
Not today.
Was looking a bit distracted in that booth.
Yeah, he keeps shaking his hands. He's like...
And his head.
I think he's like struggled to get his hands warm or something.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to play the ace match.
It's possible.
Maybe he just wasn't ready for it. But maybe they were really counting on like Effort or someone playing on this map. Maybe Zerg. I don't know.
By the way, with herO playing today, he's already with that win earlier 2 points ahead of everybody else. If he wins again, he's going to be 3 points ahead. Playing twice. So that's actually pretty good for him.
He's going to be like the super grandmaster.
The super awesomest guy.
Yeah, best guy grandmaster.
Well, hello.
Hello. Some fans coming down here in the studio. They're up on camera.
They're really surprised by this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we see a gateway, 1 gas, chrono boosted out Stalker, and a Nexus going down. So a little bit behind. Definitely the economic advantage going to Maru starting straight off. 2 racks going down.
Same build he did against Kira, actually.
Yeah,
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
He plays
boosting the soccer.
You know what?
No scout, everything.
We could very well see the same kind of style go out. I mean, it was so strong in the previous match. This is kind of a good map to defend on. Really easy to get 3 bases and to defend with the base layout. Still no gases for Maru just yet.
Yeah. And this is going to be herO's first scout. He's going to send this Mothership Core across the map and see the bases up.
Yeah. And may even be able to take an SCV out. Potentially.
Doesn't run away.
On the micro. Oh. Hop in that bunker.
Hops in. Gets out of there.
That SCV is a safe salmon.
And we see a fast robotics facility again. So this is very much the same style. I'm liking it a lot. It looks so strong in our last game with herO.
Well, let's see how he decides to transition. Like, is he just going to go into Forge faster this time? Because the 4 observer style on this map, like, I don't think it's as strong. Like, it's not as necessary to have that much observer coverage.
You could probably do 3 observers on this map.
You could probably do 3. I think 2 would actually be decent. 3 gives you a lot of information about, like, the Terran player's base. And
we got a Stalker kind of camping outside the front of it, making sure nothing sneaks out.
Scan goes down and actually sees pretty much everything. He sees the robo.
So he knows he probably has a fair idea that's pretty much the exact same style that Kua played against.
Fast third base here, a lot faster than that other game, I have to say. So a bit of deviation here, feeling a lot safer on this map. You know, it is a longer map.
Really greedy third.
Yeah, definitely.
Maru matches it, though, with his own third command center. Let's see how he plays it with that factory finishing up here. His medevacs can start soon. Making a tech lab now, getting that reactor up as well. Just gearing up completely for adding that bio. And with the additional tech lab here on the factory, if I'm not mistaken, could just be for one of his barracks. But it could actually be for like a siege tank for safety or something.
Now, I wonder exactly what kind of style Maru is planning to play against. Is he going to play like, is he going to go straight into the late game playing equally as greedy? He's adding a siege tank, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know, he's like really trying to play like super safety mode here.
Yeah. But it is the same style exactly. We're seeing a lot of observers come out, a lot of scouting, a lot of preparation for any kind of drop from Maru.
Yeah. Maru sees the observer, see if he scans it. He's got 3 orbitals.
Decides not to.
Sees the factory with a tech lab, and he's like, you're making a tank. Interesting.
Look at this. Switch up here is going to go right to a Raven. It's going to be good for clearing those observers.
Yeah, and maybe we even see a little timing attack with Raven Siege Tank to help absorb those shots of the Stalkers. Blink is on the way here first, but instead of charge. Interestingly enough.
Very similar to what he did last time. Uses that blink, you know, again, just to defend against those drops. And keeping, keeping it separate, keeping the Mothership Core and the Colossus together to defend one side and the Stalkers on the other side.
2 Forges go down, so very, very much the same style. I really like this style, actually.
Constant tank production from Maru and double fetch.
Yeah, on a tech lab and a reactor here, so.
Wow, okay.
Whoa. It's that Chimera Terran, man. You've seen him do it before. We've seen a lot of players do this more recently. Most notably, Gumiho doing this on Maze. Very similar style. Very different type of map, but this observer actually gets a good glimpse of what's going on, so he's got to be a bit confused by this. He starts Immortals because he's like, all right, well, I think I'm starting to figure out what you're doing, but he still is going to need some variation of AoE damage for the Marines.
Yeah.
Is he going to go full mech? Because he's actually cut Marine production completely here.
Yeah, it looks
getting
like
the blue flame. He has 3 facts out. It's looking that way. And the Raven was just chasing that observer. That's going to be annoying. But, he's actually
Seeker missiles it.
Seeker missile the observer.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Honestly, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so. It's good.
Yeah, we're seeing full mech here. This is really interesting. I mean, it's going to go great against the army style that herO made last game, but I mean, hero's already scouted it, and he's making Immortals.
He's making so many Immortals. He's dropping that Templar Archives earlier. He's getting a lot of gateways and charge. He's going to have really good upgrades, charge lots with Immortals and Archons. It should be okay. He's also got 1 Colossus in the mix, you know, from before as well.
Well, let's put this out on the table because we don't see mech very often in Korea. For newer viewers or people who aren't familiar with this matchup or just haven't seen it in a while. We don't see mech in Korea in this matchup because it's not very successful, and it's considered to be by most not viable as a strategy. So, it's for me, I'm worried for Maru just simply because this usually does not work under any circumstances. Ask Avilo, I don't know, man. It's like starting to add another barracks here, unless that's like a barracks about to land. I really don't know. Actually, I think it's probably just barracks about to land. Yeah, coming back home, but I don't know how successful this is going to be. He's got a really strong army already, and he's got a big army supply lead, but that's because so much of the money and gas for herO has been spent on upgrades and getting the expensive units out, like the Immortals, the charge up for the Zealots, He's going to see it with this Phoenix like, oh, you are really serious about this.
Yeah.
This is no joke.
This is very, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to see how this army goes.
Yeah. We saw Maru earlier get a nice scan. He saw the Immortals coming out as well as the Templar Archives. I mean, he has to have some idea that herO knows what he's doing, but he's continuing with what he's doing, and I think he will. I don't think he's going to change anything up here. It's just a good scan to know that herO's got a good idea. He also saw the double forge, I believe.
Archon's coming out. Archon's great against mech.
Oh, blink here.
Nice blink. He's going to get not only the medevac, but should be able to pick these Hellbats off without too many losses on the shields. Archon's great because siege tanks don't do bonus damage to them. We may see, oh my god, as I'm saying it, I see the Ghost Academy pop up. I was saying we may see Ghosts because I think it's pretty necessary to add a few of those in.
Oh, absolutely. But it might be too late. I mean, herO already posturing up for an attack here.
I don't know if this is a good idea to attack here, though. I mean, he's got a really strong army, but still, if you look at the situation of Maru's base, he's got so much. He's even got a command center to block.
It's almost like the #1 rule of fighting mech is do not attack the mech army. Oh, he's already taken so many shots. There's a wall here. This is still the weak point. That's why there's a wall there.
I mean, there's only 2 tanks in range, really, so he could kind of get...
Drop in the main, though.
Yeah.
Oh, great Viking here. Easily cleans it up with a blue flame. And I don't know, he's got a lot of Hellbats over here to tank the damage. The Raven here as well. And so much siege tank fire on those Archons. Seeker missiles queued up on the Immortals. Like, splash damage could kill the sentries, but he's able to retreat, defuse those. And a few Ghosts about to pop out. The 1-1 upgrades for the mech army coming out here. Obviously, it's 2-2 for herO, but 1-1 for mech is actually much stronger in general. I mean, the mech army is already as strong as it is. There's so much burst damage.
herO has been able to stop these drops from going down. He's taken no harass, basically, from Maru this entire game, but I still feel like the attack was a mistake. He lost some of the Archons. He lost a lot of gas units, but I think he's trying to maneuver around this map and keep the pressure on Maru and take his own 4th base at the same time. I don't think he's not gonna fully commit to any big attack here. He's just trying to, you know, put Maru on the back foot.
Stargate's on the way, and I think as soon as he can afford it off of that 4th base that he's making right now, he will go into carriers. I know that sounds silly, but like actually I think that's the proper response here.
I think carriers or maybe Tempest would be great. Oh, we see it blinking on the
this is a nice pickoff here on the edge. He finds another weak point. He can't stick around too long here, but honestly, forcing some tanks to unsiege and move around, picking off a lot of depots.
Could go right to that base that's landed here, and 3 Dark Templar are going to do just that.
Oh no, this is so bad. He's got Raven here for vision, and the tanks will ward that away. That was a great little maneuver here by Maru. But DT goes in the main.
Yep, DT's in the main and at the natural.
God,
nice scan
such a
goes
great
down
game.
there, but look at this. It's going to be this harass. This DT is going to go down, but in the main base, another one is there.
Yeah, looks like 4 kills here. No turret. And he will have to scan more DTs running over here as well. He's starting to identify, okay, the main base seems to be a place where you're a bit lacking.
Ooh, 2 more Stargates going up, as well as the Fleet Beacon here. So
and pulling this army apart of Maru. The tanks are on siege, and he goes for an attack. But once they siege, he backs off, and still going for counterattacks here with DTs and Zealots.
Yeah, I almost feel like he needs to leave some Hellbats at home with turrets here to defend this. Hellbats going to be great against defending DTs. So going to be very cost efficient. This base may go down this time. Not quite enough anti-air there. That's why he's lifting it. He knows the DPS on the ground is enough to smash it down with all those Immortals. So if he lifts it, he's got a much better chance of surviving.
Maru still hasn't fully dealt with this.
No, he has not.
Just a constant stream
it's
of
costing
Zealots
him
in
too
here.
much. He's losing too many of these very gas-expensive siege tanks. And if he could secure that 4th base, this would be a different story, but he's had so much trouble doing that. Now, will we see Tempests or carriers? That's the question.
I feel like it should be Tempests. I feel like it should be, but we'll have to wait and see exactly.
Okay, Tempest it is.
Yeah.
One on the way.
Carriers would be cool, but I feel like Tempest on
we've
this map.
seen against the best mech player in Korea is Supernova, and against him, Stats had a lot of success with carriers.
Yeah.
That's why I cite that. I'm not trying to be like funny. I think like
No, I think it's a very very reasonable. But this map especially leaves so many great sniping points for a Tempest to just take punch shots.
That's a good point. Yeah, especially at that 4th base that Maru's got. If he can actually just get vision of that with that Oracle he's making right now.
So easily.
So these Hellions are going to come in here, but nice block with the Warpins. They're going to run by, though.
Yeah.
Still have to deal with them. They're going to the 3rd base. Does he have defense there?
I think he does. He's been pretty on top of making sure he's got static defense at these bases. He gets a few of these probes, but not going to be
Look at the
enough.
building placement of the pylons. Builds another one there. Just so good so far.
All right, 3-3 upgrades for mechs started. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, scan goes off, sees the Tempest, which is very important. So we're seeing more Viking production now.
Second starport. Yeah. I don't really think he wants Thors here, to be honest. I don't think that's...
Oh, no. Thors would get, like, one shot by...
4 Tempests at a time right now. He's built 4 Stargates. He has the 4 bases, and he's trying to take a 5th one. He has the economy to do it, but look at this. Hallucination, he's going to try to blink into the main base, and he does.
Get it. Nice here. Now he's going to start picking off some of these units, picking off Tech Labs, anything he can. The Siege Tank's actually struggling to go up the ramp, so he's able to pick several of those up as well. Might even be able to take out a turret on his way out here. But he's got to be careful of the rest of his army down at the back because it's very far away from his Tempest. He recalls. Stalkers may not be so lucky, though.
They're going to try to have to blink away, but
this has
for
been
now they're
such
trapped.
a great, fun ace match here.
Maru's going for an attack, I think. I mean, he's going straight for that 4th base. He's going to go to try to go around, but
How
look
many
at this.
Vikings
6
does he have?
Tempests right now and 4 more on the way.
Only 6 Vikings, not even close to enough to what he needs, and he needs to turn around now to catch these Stalkers. This planetary is a great idea, but he's been circumvented. He's even going to lose that center tower. Again, expensive in gas here. Maru's got a bank of it. And I think this time he's actually going to finish those Stalkers off. I don't think he's getting out with them.
Oh, he does.
Well, at least some of them, yeah, will escape for now. I mean, it's expensive to lose these. It's a lot of gas.
Well, I mean, he really needs to free up supply for more air units for sure. So I kind of see what he's doing here. He's trying to, like, make these as cost efficient as possible. And, man, he has so many Tempests. 10 Tempests.
4 more on the way. +1 for air is done. +2 on the way.
Maru
He's definitely
needs
going
like
to need
2
those.
more starports, actually.
He's making 4 Vikings at a time, but
this medevac like can't even stand up to the pressure. I'm really worried. He's got just way too few Vikings, and I mean no Thors. I think see now he's starting the 2 more starports, but Thors are really not the right answer. But maybe he should have made like 1 or 2 to at least help zone this.
Yep.
He's trying anything he can to turn the Tempest around to buy more time.
Definitely needs to buy more time, but I don't know what he can do from this point. Just simply not enough Vikings.
2 Hellions managed to get in, but not
Cannon.
doing any damage. And look at
This base
this.
is not going to last very
14
long.
Tempests shooting at your 5th base. What are you going to do? Where are your 2 extra starports? They're not up yet.
This is okay. Drops PDD. That's going to help out quite a bit. But still, I mean, he's not able to do the damage he needs to. 14 Vikings versus 12 Tempests.
Nope.
Not a good situation. Here come the
Ghosts
Ghosts, though. EMP is going off on all those Tempests, and that's enough to scare herO away, at least initially.
If he had Templars with this, it would be perfect. He could just simply zone out and storm the Vikings whenever they got close.
Well, he's about to have a mothership core, or mothership. That's going to help him out a lot. 7 Vikings on the way here. And he is starting to wear these Tempests down, but look at the bank that herO's built while he's had this total control, while he's trading against Maru's army.
Maru is making 7 Vikings at a time. He's keeping this 5th base alive. But in the meantime, still herO is harassing at the 3rd base. He's going into the main base as well.
I kind of feel like he should be picking
He's just
going
to target that with the Immortals, but there's just too many tanks.
Yeah, he should be really focusing down the tanks and the units rather than the command center.
A few Marines coming up here to help out, and they're going to tank a lot of shots if the Tempests don't target perfectly. Actually doing a lot of extra DPS there on the ground, and he's able to push this back. Now he starts immediately, 2 more Stargates, 4 more Tempests, but this is a very expensive loss here for herO. And there's that mothership. Scans go down. He's targeting down the last of these Tempests. What a game, and now he flies over those cannons. He's able to escape here for now.
Oh
but
my
GTs
God.
and Zealots at the natural.
A huge push by Maru right now is going in. He takes out the mothership. He will be able to get this 5th base, but he's got to deal with this natural right now. It's going down.
The thing is, with mechs, sometimes it does get into this elimination race type style. It does have a lot of Vikings on the way. I feel like herO would actually, his best bet would be to start targeting down those starports, because once he takes control of the air, it's all over in a base race in this type of composition. So he's got 12 Vikings versus 7 Tempests, and now he's starting to go here on these air production structures, those starports, to be more correct. A lot of Vikings popping out here.
Immediately taking out all the reactors.
Wow.
It's definitely going to inhibit the amount of Vikings he can make. A big scan here.
Losing a lot of Vikings there.
Yeah, he's losing Vikings for it. I think using the tanks is a much better choice, and in fact he does. So economies for both of these players actually severely hurt, but Maru down to only 37 SCVs left at this point. You look at
Switches into Phoenix. He needed this, you know, for support for the Tempest.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
needed it for a
This is-
while.
this is
It's
a
just
great
been
choice.
only Tempest for a while.
Really needs to get that mothership back too. That was such
know
a
why-
very important thing.
Switching to Phoenixes is also, in my opinion, the choice here. He knows that Maru can no longer afford Thors. It's going to be so expensive for him to make Thors, and Thors are so slow, and they're going to be picked off almost one-shotted by the Tempest if he has vision. So I think switching to Phoenixes here allows him to control the air and then just dominate with his Tempest like he couldn't before. Like you were saying earlier, just the supply max that he couldn't make them earlier. Now he's got this opportunity. This is a great little Hellion run by here on the high ground. Going to try to pick some of these probes off. Going down to the low ground as well. But he's stopping mining time and also actually killing a lot of those probes.
Yep. The mining time is the big issue. Like, anytime mining right now is so worth it. And hero's doing the same thing here at the natural. These SCVs going to have to run away.
Maru's on tilt right now. Maru's not the type of player to let harassment get to him, but when he gets on tilt, sometimes he just does not actually split his units.
Has to lift the CC there. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, and those Hellions attacking that simulator for so long.
And there is more than enough Phoenix now to really deal with these Vikings.
Phoenixes are heavily upgraded, but don't forget, so are the Vikings. Phoenixes will beat Vikings straight up in a fight. He just has no support here. Look at this. He's now going to kill these SCVs. No Thors on the map, not a single one. And this is the range
could
of
almost
Tempest.
just fly right over that turret. It goes down. He's going to fight it straight up.
Yep.
All of these Vikings are going to go down. GG. Hero has done it.
And CJ Entis with this will take a 3-0 lead at the top of round 4 here, defeating Titans of teams back-to-back. What a win, what a play. Knowing exactly how to deal with Maru's mech. Mech, something we don't see very often. I feel like Maru did it pretty well.
Pretty well, but I kind of feel like this is exactly why we don't see it very often against Protoss.
I almost feel like he was trying to catch Hero off guard and get him into an uncomfortable game, and maybe something that Maru's been practicing recently, but it still didn't work. Hero had the correct answer from the start of when he saw it to the end.
Yeah.
He knew exactly how to handle this mech.
Played the perfect game.
Well, I think he got a little bit on tilt there at the end, honestly. Could have easily left a few of his Siege tanks and some Hellbats to defend a lot of the Zealot harassment through the mid-game as well.
Yeah.
And
kind of picked them apart like you would against a Zerg. Constant Zealot run-bys into against a very immobile army on that map especially.
It's painful for JINAIR. They're not having the best start here.
No, definitely not. And with that, like you mentioned, CJ Entis in an amazing spot. But let's go over all the games today, going back and forth. Effort over Maru in Game 1, SOS over Beyond Game 2, Hero over Kier on Habitation Station, then True over Hydra in Game 4, and then, of course, Hero gets that last win.